Well, here are our top 5 ways to hit the ball to the opposite field.
All right, guys, our first way to hit the ball to the opposite field, pretty simple, but we're just gonna talk about basic tee work. So you'll see right here, we've got 2-seam grip. We've got inside seam, outside seam, 2-seam. For the younger guys, we call it the train tracks, but every time we put it on the tee, we're gonna place it on the tee just like this. So now as a player, the goal is that we're gonna visualize hitting that inside seam. So often we see players, they get around the ball, they hook it, they start hitting ground balls to the left side. We want to make sure that every time we put the ball on the tee, we've got our train tracks and we tell our players to visualize hitting that inside seam.
This next drill is called target practice. What you're gonna do is, you're gonna call out a location and the batter is going to hit it. So the first one is, we want a line drive to the back net. Boom, there we go. Next one, we're gonna set it up, railroad tracks. This time we're gonna say, we're gonna hit the ball off the L screen, the top flap of the L screen. Woo, that was a good one. This one's even gonna be harder. We have a ball on a tee. So in this situation, it's almost like a runner on second. We're trying to hit the ball hard to the right side of the field. So he's gonna try to hit the ball off of the tee. So those are some really fun ways to help your batter sequence themselves to hit to different locations. Middle, L screen, and a target. That one's called target practice.
All right, guys, our next best way to hit the ball to the opposite field is something that we call 45 degrees open. So I've got my Miller mat here. You can put little cones down. You can use whatever you want to align your feet with the shortstop. Now I'm a right-handed hitter. My feet are lined up with the shortstop. I've got Coach Duke flipping regular front toss here, but my job is to try to stay through the middle of the field, off that back net, but it's really simulating letting that ball travel. I'm trying to stay inside and through it and really work to my opposite gap. You'll see right away, if I get tall and spinny, I'm just gonna hook balls right into the ground. So again, 45 degrees open, I'm gonna go no stride here. Coach Duke's gonna flip, and I'm gonna try to hit this ball right back through the middle of the field. So it's just a really great drill to help your players feel the ball travel a little bit more. They're gonna help to stay on it, to stay through it, and shoot that ball to the opposite field.
The next drill is our off-centered flips. So we're gonna have the batter in their regular neutral position. We're gonna stagger the L screen to the left-hand side. So the balls are actually crossing. They're gonna cross his face, and as the ball gets deep into the zone, we're trying to take the ball and fire it through that little window right there. If they do it incorrectly, they're gonna wanna pull off and yank it right back at us. But they have to let the ball travel, let it get deep, and they're gonna try to shoot the ball to the right center side of the net.
All right, coaches, our next best way to hit the ball to the opposite field is another version of off-centered front toss. So we've already done our off-centered flips from the direction of the shortstop. Now we've got Coach Duke almost in line with first base. I'm gonna get to my normal neutral stance, and what Coach Duke is gonna try to do is he's gonna front toss balls right towards my back hip. So for players that spin off or have a hard time staying inside it, this is a great way to simulate letting the ball travel, letting it get deep, and really trying to drive it to our backside towards right center field. It's gonna look like this. So one thing you'll notice, I'm not stepping at Coach Duke. I'm trying to step straight. I'm trying to work on aligning myself with the pitcher's mound, just letting that ball travel a little bit deeper.
Here's a bonus video. What we're gonna do is, I'm gonna throw normal BP range, but then after 3 or 4 balls, I'm actually gonna move back 10 feet and throw 3 or 4 balls, and then back up 10 more feet and throw 3 or 4 balls. Because so many times hitters go, I can't hit it because he's throwing too slow. The pitcher's throwing too slow. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna simulate one speed, a slower speed, and an even slower speed. Here's how it goes. Now I'm gonna back up 10 feet, and we're gonna go 3 more. And you're gonna see how much slower the ball's gonna go. And the key is that it does go slower. The batter now has to keep himself, slow himself down, and stay Stay on that baseball. Woo. Now I'm gonna go 10 feet back even further. Now it's gonna be for that much slower pitcher. Same thing, I'm keeping the same flow. It's gonna have some more arch, and it's really tough for those batters to really stay back on this, but it's a really good way to keep them back on the baseball. The ball's got some float on it, it's got some arch on it. Whoa, here you go. So when you see that drill, you're able to see how much slower the ball comes in. The first one's a little more firm, then it's got a little more hump on it. Then when you back up, it's got a lot of hump on it. So that's a really good way to help hitters stay back on the ball.
And coaches, those are our top 5 ways to help your players hit the ball to the opposite field.
If you like these videos, make sure you click the subscribe button for some more of the Dominate the Diamond bests.